And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Check, 47. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Jim.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And his first look is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
That's what I do. He's coming. 30. He's coming. Double up.
To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Behind. Winning. Don't red. Let's go, G. Let's go.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Second and 2 at the 33-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A run with Lindsay out of the gun. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He's got his tight end Fant. They're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys did?
And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
319. Jump out. I'm coming. Mike 34.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. That one a gain of 20. And a 1st down. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
Let's go, boys. Bring it.
At the 38-yard line.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
No. 319. Man, that's trash. Hey, 88.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 yards there. 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
319. 27. I got one. Hey, 626. 319. That's what we get.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, Incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On second down, it's Jones. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 24. On play action, now Rodgers buying time to his left. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing is Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 34's the mic, 34's the mic. He's coming, check in. Check 300, check 300.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Throwing here on first down. Flacco. He's going to fire one into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams. An 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flacco from the gun. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Flacco. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, but now it'll be third down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Flacco. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Montrevious Adams drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up fourth down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
That's it, baby. We got to work.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Broncos 21, Packers 10.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
First and
Tight
10
up, tight up, tight up.
On first down, it's Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch twins.
To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
15 yards. That's another Packers first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Look at you.
On play action, Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 51 yards.
Packers first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Deuce. X3. 218, chop it.
Now Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 21-17.
Packers 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Flacco. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 39 yards there. A big one.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Here's Flacco. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Now Flacco. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up with
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just toweling it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Rodgers now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Passing play, Flacco. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Flacco. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check. 51. Topper. 50, Mark 50. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Flacco now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Gets it off to Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Flacco will take to the air again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. Third and long for Joe Flacco. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Flacco looks to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. 3 touchdown passes now for Joe Flacco. And the Broncos have broken the tie.
3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've looked his way early and often in the red zone this year, and that's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end in the NFL.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
Here's Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Check. Behind. Wait. Check. 42's the mark. Got you. I got you, son. I got you. Okay, behind. Set. Wait. 42's the mark.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Flacco now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9. Flacco. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, box truck. 24, man. Yeah, I'm coming.
Now it's Flacco. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And it's a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he's got some space here. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Going up top. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Running right, Jones. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Check 3! Check 3! Inside!
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set! Lock it in! We gotta get to the ball, team. We gotta get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To pass, Flacco. That's caught over the middle by Fant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a carry for Lindsey. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Let's go! Do it!
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. The Pro Bowler Muhammad Wilkerson brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now.
Check him!
They'll go again to Jones. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. 3 yards on 1st, 4 on 2nd, and now 5 on 3rd down. Move the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch the shift!
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
The give is to Jones. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Blue 58. 47. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
The 4th down pass.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get inside. Let's go.
Wilkerson there to take him down. Result of the play is a turnover.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Flacco here on second down. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Recon, 132 fighter. 52. Shit.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
Mike, 47. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
On 1st down, Rodgers. To the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. That one a first down pickup of 8. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
They'll run it with Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll be out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of it.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Packers have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones up.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Right here, right here. Kill. Watch twist. Easy.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, it's Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 22-yard line.
Wait, 20. Here we go. Single. Right on.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Preston Smith in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on fourth down. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Kenny Clark. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and